Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Hot Takes Party 4. I'm Chris Thies, Minnesota, Minneapolis rep, joined by the lovely three people you see on screen here. Kimberly Myers, South Florida, Madison Mastro out of Chicago, and my main man, Gabriel Jordan, out in the desert. How's everybody doing this morning?
Excellent.
Fabulous. How are you?
Recovering. I'm recovering. It was a great adult spring break-ish vacation in the Keys, and I could use about a week of sleep right now.
You look nice and tan.
I got a lot of sun.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I've ever mentioned how much I despise spray sunscreen in the can. I prefer the lotion because then you know where you got it. My back looks like a game of Chutes and Ladders. There's all kinds of different stuff going on.
Sunscreen is tough. I always worry that it's not going to be even, so then I just don't wear it, and then I end up leaving the sun this color.
Yeah, so I think it's all almost tan now, so it's not painful anymore. So I'm getting there.
I wear sunscreen every day. And I always tell people when they visit Florida, you're closer to it. So it is not the same sun in theory.
No,
Clearly not the same sun as Minnesota's.
So you have to be very careful. I seriously, I wear sunscreen every single day. But I come from the generation where we used to lay out with baby oil on, and I've legit have had 3 third-degree burns from the sun as a kid. So all that damage is already done. But yeah.
So Kim, you wake up in the morning and you take a shower and you blow dry your hair and you put on sunscreen?
On my face, I wear lots of moisture product that has sunscreen built in. And
Nice.
I will tell you, and not so much, not being on the road, but on the road, when I first started traveling, I saw this thing on the internet, and it was an image of an older man, and he was a truck driver. And they showed the right side of his face that looked beautiful and lovely. And then they showed the left side of his face, a complete wrinkled mess, and it scared the bejesus out of me. So yeah, I wear sunscreen every single day.
That's why you look like you're 25.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was going there, Maddie. But you look so young, that's why.
I'll take the compliment. I won't lie. It's part of it's genes. Genetics always helps. But when people ask me, my number one answer is moisturizer and sunscreen. And sunglasses. That keeps the crow's feet away.
I have this natural sunscreen here on my face. So and then I wore a snapback hat like every day. So I had the lovely D on my forehead.
So wait till you have a bald head and you wear a trucker style hat, and the sun will get to a little portion of your head back here. Happens to me every summer.
You guys got to grab one of those new bucket hats from Nautica.
Right?
I like it. I'm gonna test out that sample.
So
who wants to go first this morning?
Nevada is May 1st. We open 100%. What about your guys' states? Where are you guys?
Not there. I think we're going backwards just a tiny bit. We're not at 100%. I think everything's like 25%, maybe 50.
Wow, 25. Yeah.
Well, I heard that Canada shut back down for a month.
I heard places in Europe are shutting back down as well. Yeah. So
yeah, we're not as bad as Chicago probably, but in fact it's kind of weird. Like they were loosening restrictions up here in Minnesota. Something like 40% of the state has been vaccinated. They've opened up that if anybody over 16 can get a vaccine now up here. And actually the school board just voted to send middle school and high school kids back to school 4 days a week. So we were happy for that. I know my kid's happy. So
You're happier than your kid, trust me.
I'm way
Yeah.
happier than my kid. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
So
good stuff.
I think we're kind of like, we're teetering. I don't know. We could go either way right now, it seems like.
Honestly, I think we're the same, Chris. The Riverwalk, the vendors are starting to open up here and there, but I just read something the other day that we've had the highest cases over the last 7 days since the vaccine started to roll out. So I don't know.
Wow, nice job.
Yeah, way to go, guys. Way to ruin it for everybody.
Sounds like everybody needs to take a trip to Vegas.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done. I'm in. I got Southwest points. Like, yeah, let's go.
I'll put you up. I'll put you up.
You're not going to make me wear a mask in your house, are you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then I'll
do have
come.
to you do have to wear them in the casinos, but you know,
It's fine.
exactly.
It won't take up much space. There's only, what, 3 of us?
Yeah.
It's fine.
We could do a live version.
In Vegas, on the casino floor.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it.
Speedos in hand.
Destinations. We need to hit destinations.
Yeah, I mean, everybody would probably be like, guys, look what's going on live over there. We'd be like, we're nobody yet. Like, this is how we're getting our following.
All right, so let's go around.
Let's go first.
I'll go first. I don't know if I've ever gone first. I don't have a piano song for you guys today.
What?
I haven't practiced, but I was thinking, and when I was younger, I never would have done anything like this. I was painfully shy. I would never talk to a group of people. I would never do public speaking. So my question for you guys today is, what would your younger self not believe about you today? So again, I was painfully shy. I would literally curl up into a ball and die if I had to public speak or speak in front of anybody. And, today I'm doing it almost all day, every day. And I love it. I moved from my small hometown to a huge city by myself. I take risks, and the younger Madison would have never, ever, ever done that. There was this one time I was in first grade and maybe kindergarten, and my mom dropped me off at school, and I literally chased her down the parking lot crying because I didn't want to be away from my mom. And you know what? Look at me now, 7-year-old Madison. Never would have believed it, ever.
You, yes.
Nice.
You guys believe that I was shy? Anybody?
I can see that. I can see that deep down.
Yeah.
every once in a while, I catch a little glimmer of that. But no, you handle yourself well out there. I mean, look at you. I don't know if you're able to do this because there's no one around you. You're talking to a screen. Does that help you?
No, I would totally do it. I would.
Do this in front of 100 people.
Out in front of like everybody on the river. Like, yeah, I would totally do this. I would go stand outside and do it. I would hop on a podium and do it now.
I love it.
So
Nice.
what changed?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know when it changed. Maybe, I don't know, honestly, because when I started, I was really shy. I didn't know, how I would ever get in front of customers and present. I think just one day I realized like, shit, I have to do this. So I just bucked up and here I am. And now I like thrive on this. So I don't know. I can't pinpoint the exact time, but I'll tell you what, my 5th grade teacher would be shocked to see this. Shocked.
Your key word there when you said have to do this, I think we as people, we can surprise ourselves when we have to do certain things. The people who are the most shy end up speaking to people for a living. we figure out a way to do things.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's you know, I like I said, I never thought I would be able to do this. I had to give a speech in middle school, and I sobbed for days because I had to speak in front of 4 people, and
For
this is absolutely nothing. So it's crazy.
So my 5th grade teacher would not be surprised at all. I every report card I had mentioned that I'm talkative. So, and I was always on stage. I guess my younger self would be surprised that I'm not like I don't know, in movies. Like the opposite. My younger self probably thought I was going to be, I don't know what, famous in some way. I kid, but no, I definitely was always very social.
That's awesome. I can't agree with you more, Kim. My younger self, I was very similar to my older self. Loud, outspoken, talkative, entertaining, obnoxious, whatever adjective you want to use. I would bet my younger self would be surprised about not much. Like, I never had a plan when I was younger, and I still don't now that I'm older. So I kind of just go by the seat of my pants. So I don't know if I'd be that surprised from anything.
So Chris, I'm gonna steal your answer, change it up a little bit. So you said you're not surprised at how you came out, but you didn't have a plan. I had a plan from birth. I knew exactly what I was gonna do, who I was gonna be, and I was that person my entire childhood, well into my adult years. And so, you know, not to give you a non-answer, but there's nothing that surprises me about where I am today and what I'm doing for a living. It's you know, even down to little details. So I got married at 21, and I was 3 days past 21. I had to get legal so we could go to Vegas and gamble, which is what we did. So I remember telling my mom about 10 or 11, I'm gonna get married really young. And she says, well, you got to wait and just see what happens. I said, no, watch, I'm going to get married young. And here I got married at 21. So, you know, I had things in my head. There was things I wanted to do, and they were planned out that way. And here I am living that life. So
That's kind of a relief, right? Like, I mean, I don't know.
No, it's nice. I mean, yeah, there's nothing that I don't look back and say, well, you know what, I wish I would have done this or this, you know, or that, but it's all going as planned, I guess. You know, in 3 years I should rule the world. So that's got to come soon, because I think 45 was my my age for that, but everything else so far is coming along.
See, I always live life saying you can't plan it. My life has been the opposite. It's just been a constant roller coaster of whatever I thought was going to happen didn't. I thought I would be I was engaged the first time when I was 18 years old. And if you would have asked me then, I thought I would have like 5 kids. And yeah, life would be very different now. But the one thing that's consistent is just constant change. So I shuck and jive a lot in life. So there's a lot of things that I think if you would have asked me, and I have to go back because my father has recordings of me through life saying things that are absolutely hysterical, you know, asking me at those points in life. And I know one of them when I was younger, I guess I was in my hippie phase or something. I remember telling him like I was going to live on a commune with people, and he thought it was hysterical because he knew I didn't even like living in a house full of 5 or like arguing with my brothers, and I was going to live on a commune and live off the land. And I don't even know, like I listened to that, I'm like, who was that kid? Hand me my Aquanet and let's roll. Like so I think I'm just ever changing, and and nothing that I thought was planned has happened. So quite the opposite of you, Gabe.
Me too. I thought I would be married with children by the time I was 24. And here I am, 28, no kids, not married. And I wouldn't change it. Like, I don't know what I would do with kids right now. Like, there are some days that I eat snacks all day and like, those are my meals. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking when I was 15 years old, but I'm happy with where I'm at right now. Very happy. And you're right.
Good.
The only thing that's constant is change. And that's okay. We just roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Sometimes black eye, but that's fine. You know, put a little feeler on it.
Cover it up, keep going.
Nice. You know, Maddie, it doesn't surprise me that you were shy when you were younger, because I remember 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago in Chicago, the first time like you sat on like the opposite side of the room. You had white glasses on, and I was like, who's the girl over there in white glasses? I've never seen her before, and she's not speaking. Like,
That was me, guys.
we were like, hi, how are you? And she was like,
Drinking my
Did it
coffee
answer
like
you?
this. No,
It was never that bad.
no, it totally was 100%.
it was
Sweating,
great.
afraid to have any sort of human interaction at all. Yeah. Now I don't care. I'll sit and play Mary Had a Little Lamb on
Little
my
lamb in front of millions of people, like
Yeah.
you did last week.
yeah.
So you've inspired my household to get back to. So you did your Mary Had a Little Lamb. Layla's been practicing her piano more and more. She has a lesson on Thursday. I've been riding my bicycle.
I love it. No scrapes.
When the weather permits. I just am going to put this out here and say to you all, if you ever want to know how truly, not you, Maddie, you don't count, but if you ever want to know how truly out of shape you are, go for a bike ride and
Yeah.
have it involve hills.
No.
Yep.
I
No.
can't do the hill. Listen, I'll coast. I can't pedal a bike. Like, that is hard. Riding a bike.
Can't pedal?
I can, but like, oh my God, I'll be stuck in wind going up the hill, and then it's hard. And then you're sore for the next 5 days.
Yep.
I've been trying I'm not going far. It's kind of like I put dinner in the oven and then we ride around the block a few times, and then I'm like, okay, I'm old and out of shape. I need a break. So, but
Very humbling.
It is, yes.
Love that I inspired you.
Yes, my goal is by June, when we go on vacation, to be able to bring my bike and ride everywhere and not die.
In one hand, beer in the other hand. It's the best way to explore.
Nice. Well, I will I will follow up that question with an industry question. So we are at Alpha Broder getting back on the road, seeing customers. Started last week a little bit, then I went on vacation, was back out seeing customers yesterday. So my question to you all is, in the past, we would come up with like a rack strategy of like what apparel we're going to show and things like that. After seeing some customers that are PPDs and some customers that are like just screen printers and things like that, do you alter your rack strategy on a regular basis? So do you have like better goods like that you bring in, or do you have like a t-shirt, sweatshirt only bag that you bring in and show customers and stuff? Like, what do you do out there, or what is your plan to do? I'll go first. Yeah.
No, you go first.
In the past, I would have like the new product, bestsellers, kind of a rack strategy like our marketing department, who is fantastic, by the way, for anyone listening, would give us. Now with the pandemic and changing, people I feel like are are more honed in on certain specific areas. So I have like a Better Goods rack of 2 bags with lots of new product in it. And then I am planning on creating like 2 smaller kind of go bags for that customer who mainly only does like sweatshirts and t-shirts and fashion and stuff like that. And, you know, as to not inundate them with too much product to show and things. So that's kind of my plan.
So I have a rack from beginning to end with everything, the new stuff, the, you know, all the better goods, the, what is it, trade, fashion, whatever it might be. And then so I have everything together on one rack and it's jam packed, but I won't necessarily give that whole presentation to everybody. Like you said, it depends on where I'm going. If they're focused on tees, then I'm going to focus more on the tees. You know, if they want to see some of the new, you know, retail items, then I'm going to focus on that. And then I have a big Prime duffel bag that has a lot, you know, most categories and then several items within those categories. And of course, I'm not going to show all of that to everybody. It depends on what they're looking for. Hey, I want to see, you know, show me your top 3 items. You know, some people just want to see a few things, or, you know what, go ahead and give me your Prime presentation. I want you to go through the Prime presentation. So I have everything readily available, but I'm going to cater that presentation based on where I'm going. And I think to a certain extent, we're probably pretty much all like that.
I work similarly. I actually have a rack, a bar in my back seat, and that goes from side to side. I don't know what you call it. It's a clothing bar. So it holds as much as my rolling rack holds. So I will load it, and I typically keep it very organized, starting with, you know, spring product launch, of course, in our private brand, some of the new Devin and Jones pieces, things like that, and fall product launch, because people didn't physically get to see, a lot of people didn't physically get to see that. Then I'll add in the retail brands, the new Nautica, any new Spider pieces, Columbia pieces, and then at the end of my rack will be, you know, the trade fashion and thread fast and things like that. Same as Gabe says, though, I will, you know, sometimes out of ease, I'll load it all on my rolling rack, but I won't go through it all. Or I can very easily kind of pick and choose what to put on there based on who I'm going to see. And then separately, I have a bag of Prime line goodies that kind of is a mix, and I'll package those based on category so I can easily pull out what I need and then plop it back in.
Yeah, guys, I have a rack full of everything, and my customers have not met, most of them haven't met me yet. So this territory is fairly new for me. So I believe I'm going to start with our bestsellers, and then, you know, definitely show what's new and kind of just let them dictate what they want to see, because they haven't seen anybody for over a year. So obviously I'll have my Mary Poppins bag of Prime line goodies, but do you show your Prime line goodies throughout your apparel presentation? I'm going to ask a question as I'm answering, or you do 2 separate? I've done it both ways.
What do you do?
I've done it both ways. I like doing apparel and then Prime.
That's how I do it.
That's
Yeah,
how I do it.
I tried when we attempted maybe a year and a half ago to incorporate. I didn't like that idea, but I tried it anyway, and it doesn't work. I'm sorry, I'm going to say, you cannot, you know, go from an apparel piece and say, well, you could also, you know, you could put this pen in the pocket or whatever they want you to say. They're
Right.
2 separate presentations, and, you know, I start out with Alpha, and then Prime comes at the end. You know, I do have some PPDs who are really focused on hard goods. So Alpha will be 15, 20 minutes. It's more rare, but, and then, hey, I want you to spend 30 plus minutes on Prime. I do have clients like that as well, but they're separate.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Separate from me. I've actually kind of created, I call it my Prime line, gotta have 35. That I've created a
Interesting
PDF.
number, 35, not 30, not 40.
No, just completely random number.
Okay.
Timeline 35.
Your age.
I wish. No, a little bit older than that. Not much, but That's what I should do. I'll just put an extra piece in every year.
Every year, add a new piece.
I like it.
I'll have
It's gotta be
11
the-
pieces.
It's got to be
according
the
to
prime
my
line
lab.
37. It's got to be the prime line 37. I got to add 2 more.
Be easy.
And I bring that like a quick go bag, but I put it in like one of our big backpack totes or something, and I will talk about those items like they're like best sellers, best products I use all the time. And it really gets people like focus in on what we do really, really well and where they should be using us. And if they're not, I basically call them out. I'm like, if you're not using us, you should be, because this is what we do really well. And so let me send you these
I'm going to
samples.
steal that from you. I'm going to
Sure.
steal that from you. I love that.
Will you share with us what your 35 are?
No,
You got to sit in one of his presentations to see that.
Deal.
absolutely. I will send it out to all of you guys.
You should post it so the world can see.
Oh, I could post it. I could post it in the comments section.
Good.
I mean, it'd be like 35 comments, the most comments we've ever had on an episode.
And we know that the water bottle with the Bluetooth speaker will be in there because that's your favorite thing.
100%.
It is in there. It is in there.
Can I tag my question on to yours? Because what I was everybody answered, right? We went around the horn. So what I questioned to you all was kind of following suit as you all, everybody's starting to kind of wake back up, get back out there. What do you feel the next 6 months for the industry are going to be like? And I tend to be a positive person, and I want to put a positive spin on, but so when I share my guttural instinct, I don't want it to sound negative because it's both. I feel my opinion is, and I hope I'm kind of wrong, but I feel like it's really busy right now, at least, and we all can speak to our territory. So a lot of this has to do with logistics. So I've been really busy, which is great. And I have this almost like this fear factor that it's going to continue to be busy until like June. And for some reason, I think summer is going to kind of flatten out again until, we start to get back into early part of July where we're doing school and events. I think fall is going to be slamming busy. So I'm wondering if you, and I'm piecing these opinions together from the conversations that I'm having with clients. So wondering what you're all feeling in your territories and what you think is going to happen.
I just had a conversation with one of my customers this morning, and summer camps are starting back up. So, I mean, I'm incredibly busy right now, whether it's Prime, Alpha. I just feel like I am, my inbox is just crazy. I think the next couple months, it's, with places opening and closing, I think it's going to be trial and error for the whole industry. But I think it's going to be a steady busy. But I think you're right, Kim. I think in the fall we're going to be completely slammed. But I hope it doesn't slow down. I personally think that it's going to stay this constant busy. And then when schools start, it's going to be crazy. But I think I just gave the same answer that you did, but just worded it longer.
Fine.
Let's make it a third. Yeah, I think we are. Listen, we talked about the states opening up, and some states are, a little shaky. Some states like Maddie's are dragging the rest of the country down. But so, listen, it's gonna be rocky. But during this rocky time for the next several months, I think it's gonna continue to be busy, and I choose to be optimistic. Third and fourth quarter, my goodness, we think we're busy now. People are ready, which means events. People want to go to events. People want to be out, and this all kind of dictates what happens in our industry. And I choose to believe it's going to be a madhouse come third and fourth quarter. We're going to go crazy, and I think it'll carry into 2022. I think the first quarter of next year is also, who knows beyond that, but I think we're ready to go. And I don't see this as busy as we are right now, unless something crazy happens and the country shuts down again, of course. I don't think we're going to get any less busy than this from here on out. That's what I choose to believe.
Interesting perspectives. I had a conversation with a customer yesterday on this exact question. What do you think for the next 3 months? And I would echo everything mostly with what you guys are saying. Like, I am slammed. Inbox is crazy. Opportunities are happening. It feels like business is coming back to a normal kind of constant tick, and it's great. I am cautiously nervous for like a June and July. Historically, with this industry, the summer months have tended to be a slower time in sales and more focused on basics, trade, fashion, things like that. Whereas we know factories were shut down last year, ports are backed up, logistics are crazy, freight is expensive. If those things don't improve, I think June and July is a scary look, because we know we have the orders in the system. We're asking for the goods. We're trying to bring in as much as we can. And we're reliant on a lot of other people, and those people are reliant on other people and things like that. So I'm cautious that I think June and July could be slower, not because business isn't there, but because of the way the world is right now and the supply chain. So I hope I'm wrong, but I'm usually very much a realist. So I'm just gonna call it like it is and continue to be that way.
And that's exactly how I kind of started. That was my thought process. For some reason, I have this back of my mind thing about June. So, like, hopefully we're both wrong.
Yeah.
The supply situation, the logistics situation, freight and all of that, it's all playing a part until we can get really the train fully back on the tracks. As a total economy, I mean, everything included.
Train, boat, plane, all of them.
So let me ask you, aren't we kind of in the middle of that right now? Isn't that what's going on right now?
Yeah.
I think
and listen,
we are.
it's not without its issues, right? But gosh, I mean, we're maintaining, we're getting through it. I mean, every day's a fight. When it comes to what we do for a living, we got to fight for each order. But again, this is just me being probably way overly optimistic, and people are probably rolling their eyes. Hey, I have to choose to feel that way, otherwise I'll drive myself insane.
Well, I think, Gabriel, to your point, we're in it right now. Absolutely. And I think we're in it right now because there is a huge, and has been a huge, inventory like surplus because of what happened last year. There was lots of inventory out there to talk about and sell and show, and we're working through that now. Everybody is, hard goods companies, apparel competitors, things like that. So like, I just, if we can, that's what I'm referring to. I mean, I'm seeing customers purchase things that they've never purchased before, because the inventory is there. And I find that super interesting. A year ago, customers looked and said, I want to buy a hooded sweatshirt, and, I want this price point, and they wouldn't budge. And now they're saying, what do you have? And, it's twice as much as the one they used to purchase. And they're like, yep, let's do it. So it's, it's thrown the industry into a little bit of an unknown. And so I think it's very interesting times right now.
Do we sell ketchup or ketchup packets? Because, my understanding, that's going to be the next shortage. It's going to be
okay. Ketchup can go away forever.
No.
Goodbye. See you later.
Are you supposed to?
No.
That is the one thing I will not ever eat, ever. You couldn't pay me.
Nikki, if you're listening, when you go to Costco today, get the triple pack of ketchup. We need it.
Kim, are you referring to the shortage as last year, the toilet paper shortage type of thing?
I've been reading and hearing that and the couple things I read were specific about ketchup packets. So I don't know if it's like like you would get, I guess, like fast food packets. But and then I read somebody else talking about ketchup in general. And this person happened to be from Pittsburgh and mentioned that the Heinz family best take care of their own in the supply chain of ketchup. So anyway, I have facts on this. It's just all stuff I've been seeing and hearing around the social media.
So my feeling is the quote unquote paper, the tissue shortage last year there was a shortage because a bunch of idiots went to Costco and bought 10 packages. So now this story comes out and everybody's going to panic and they're going to go rush and they're going to buy ketchup, and there's going to be a shortage because we all went to the store to buy ketchup. You see how this cycle works? It's to get maybe their sales are down and this is the way to get their sales back up. Hey, there's going to be a shortage, guys. Go get it. I'm telling you, I don't believe any of it.
Smart marketing.
Yeah, a bottle of ketchup lasts like 6 months.
I just want to know, based on your statement, Chris, do you still have a toilet paper supply? Because you just sent your wife out for ketchup.
See, Chris, you're following the routine. Don't buy ketchup. Ketchup's fine.
No,
I have like 3 bottles. If anybody needs to borrow.
You can buy 1 3-pack of ketchup for Costco. You're good for the year. Like,
if not longer. If not longer.
Yeah, you're good.
Come on. There's no shortage in ketchup. People didn't stop planting tomato plants.
Agreed.
That's so funny. I've not heard that.
I mean, maybe the little plastic pouches they go in, there's a shortage of those.
I think that might be the crux of it. It might be the actual packaging or something.
Yeah,
Maybe
put it in a bottle. Put
it in something else. Yeah.
If you have in your glove box little packets, you might want to put them aside. You might be able to sell them on eBay real soon for like $5 a pack.
Yeah.
Did you just say glove box? What do you have, ketchup packets in your glove box?
You have food in your car? You keep Wow.
I don't even want to go through my glove box. I don't know what's in there. I don't know what's in there. My dad would kill me if he saw my glove box. Kill me.
That's funny.
There's a pair of socks in there. I don't know why. Definitely no ketchup.
What's in your, I mean, honestly, in my glove compartment is, the books on my car and probably a couple old CDs, because I still have a CD player in my car. But I really, there's nothing really in there. Maybe some tissues. So there's a good question. What's in your glove?
You hit my glove box button, it pops open, and napkins come pouring out from every fast food restaurant across the state.
I guess that's
napkins, more napkins, more napkins. Yeah.
You never have enough napkins in the car.
That's why my brain, I think, went to like, you shove the napkins in there. Maybe you shove your ketchup.
Maybe that's where it all is. It's in everybody's glove compartments across the country.
I like it.
All right, I will be quick with my question. It's more of a simple question anyway.
Bring us home.
It's somewhat industry related, but more about us individuals. So I was thinking this industry we're in, fabulous industry, right? It's not an industry one necessarily goes to college to be in. But we've all ended up in this industry. It's a great industry. It takes care of us. It takes care of our families. It's fun. It's entertaining. How did we all wind up in this industry? How did we? I like to say over the years that we've all kind of stumbled into this industry. I got in this industry kind of by accident. I was in a transitional period in my life, and I was young 20s, 20, 22, I think, and I was waiting for this job to be a manager at a mortgage broker. At this mortgage broker, they said, "Hey, we have this position, but you can't start till 3 or 4 months out." And I needed something for 3 or 4 months. And my brother said, "Hey, I'm in this this promotional product industry, and I can get you this job inside somewhere." It was Sweden is where I was starting at, just to drop a name out there, my friends at Sweden. So I got in to be in it for 3 or 4 months, and it stuck. And here I am.
That's what they say.
Right. Started inside, you know, I've moved to several states, now and obviously outside, met thousands of people that I love. It's a great industry, but I stumbled into it by accident, and I guess you could say I'm a lifer at this point. So how did you guys get into this industry?
Similar. I stumbled 100% into this industry, had no idea it existed. I needed a job out of college. I went to a staffing company. I did all their little tests and keyboard things and whatever. And they said, oh, we could place you in this inside customer service place and it'll pay you $12 an hour. I was like, sweet, I need a paycheck. I'm in.
Right.
And it was an apparel company. So I liked that because I've always been like an apparel person. Like I've always spent way too much money on clothing when I was younger. Like got to have the new shoes and the new hoodie and a million hats. And so I was like, oh, this is cool. Like it's
No Chuck
interesting.
Taylors.
Yeah, I got to get some Chuck E. Cheese still.
Sorry. Go ahead.
And then it stuck 100%. Like I never left. That was 14 years ago, and I can't imagine doing anything else at this point in my life.
I also stumbled, guys. My dad has been in the industry now for like 30 years. And I know I said this before, but I didn't know what he did like growing up. I always thought that he just put stickers on bags. But I thought that his job was really freaking cool. So there was a position opening up at Prime, and I didn't know what Prime was. I didn't know what I was doing. And, you know, I was approached to interview for it, and I had a phone interview. I was actually on vacation and I had an interview over the phone, and I tricked them. And here I am still. I really, Paula. So shout out Paula. And very shortly after, Prime was bought by Alpha, and I really cannot imagine doing anything else. Like I never pictured myself doing this. But now I can't imagine doing anything else with my life. I was traveling, you know, every day. I was covering the Mid-Atlantic, living in Greensburg, and, you know, I've moved from Greensburg to Chicago, and, you know, I'm incredibly happy to be in this industry. It's awesome. And I got super, super lucky.
So I was graduated college and had been working at the same job I had since I was 15. And I worked full time, went to school full time. And after I graduated, I was still living at home. And after a couple months, my mother said it's time to get a real job. And so I went to the newspaper. Yes, the newspaper. I started looking for a job, and I actually would cut out the little clippings of people hiring, and I lived in not too far from the headquarters of ASI. And so ASI was hiring for new sales reps to sell this new medium websites to distributors in the industry. So anyway, long story short, that was my first step in. And I stayed there for years, and then moved to a distributorship that was an embroidery house. And that's where I kind of fell in love with the apparel aspect of the industry, and moved to Bowdoin Roads and blah, blah, blah. And 20 some years later, here we are. So
Yes.
it sucks you in, baby. Sucks you in.
I've seen many people, leave the industry and come back. So I've learned from their mistakes. I'm like, I'm not going to leave. I'll just end up back here anyway.
Why would you leave? It's great.
Yeah.
True.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right.
Kim, you got an OG question?
OG question of the week. Here she comes by Miss Kim.
Okay. So I feel like we were kind of serious today in our conversations. Lots of industry talk, which is fantastic. So my OG of the day has nothing to do really with the industry as a whole. It was just something that I took note of, and I started complaining, and was very quickly pointed out to me that I sound like an old lady. So here it is for you men, especially gentlemen on the call. Do you wear an undershirt when you're wearing a button-down woven, especially if it's the color white? Or do you just never wear an undershirt?
I wear an undershirt for everything. So I would never put a woven on my body without having some sort of layer in between. Yeah, I'm like religious. I was thinking about that recently because I'm going back on the road next week, and let's say I'm going to be wearing, wovens or even a polo. I'll wear something underneath the polo. I don't want the shirt that people can see touching my body, except for t-shirts. But yeah, for sure.
No, God, no, absolutely not. Well, first of all, anybody watching this and any of my customers know you are never going to see me walk into a presentation wearing a woven dress shirt.
I love it.
Not my style. But if I wear a woven dress shirt, no, I don't wear an undershirt on it.
Even if you're going to a wedding or a occasion. No.
What if you're going to go dance at that wedding and you're going to sweat? And do you want it to be on the actual shirt or on the
unbutton it down to his belly?
You just unbutton it. And breathable. They're all breathable now, Gabriel. They're all breathable.
How about that Ultra Cup button down? The stretchy one. What is it?
Yeah.
With little spandex in there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If I'm wearing a quarter zip, yes, I wear a t-shirt or a polo under it or something like that.
Oh God, I hope so. The quarter zip, yeah. Just unzip that bad boy. Get it halfway down.
Let it flare out.
So Maddie, I don't know. It sounds like probably maybe an older person. But I don't want to exclude you. They're men, so the question is really geared towards them. But for me, I notice it, and I think to myself, for the love of God, man, just put an undershirt on, because I can see. Women have to wear undergarments for a reason. So
thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Right? That's fair.
This is great.
So are you saying you wish that men would wear an undershirt? Is that what you're saying, or that's not what I'm hearing?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
When I see you in Vegas next year, I'm coming to give you a big old sweaty hug with no undershirt on.
He's gonna have the first 3 buttons unbuttoned.
Yeah.
Damn.
We aren't allowed to be together. They're not going to let us. Honestly, I have this sweatshirt on, and I just have, I'm just wearing the sweatshirt and then my sports.
I could never put a sweatshirt on without something on. Maybe it's just.
I don't think it's about wearing all garments with an underpiece.
I wear every garment.
It's specifically about a dress shirt on a man, and more specifically if it's white, because it's typically.
You're muted.
Oh, gee, unmute yourself.
You're muted. Who muted? Chris, is that you?
No, I did not.
So that is the old traditional woman in me, I guess, coming out. And was told I sound like an old lady when I point those things out. I don't know.
Well,
no, I think I agree with you, Kim.
Well, let's
next week we'll talk about pantyhose.
No pantyhose.
No.
You're getting a hole in every single angle. No way.
For those of you watching and listening, think about that. What's your vote? Undershirt? No undershirt. Put it in the comments. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Old school versus new school. But interesting, great question.
That was great.
That was good. That's good, OG.
That was really funny.
Yeah, that was.
I'm gonna make you super uncomfortable next time I see you. So for everybody, This has been another episode of Hot Takes Party of 4. Tune in next week. Keep coming back. We miss you. We love you.
Peace.
Bye-bye.